Hey Salmon, it's After Supper Biscuit here. So, my favorite predator, and that really is an odd thing to say out loud, so hopefully none of my neighbors hear this, but my favorite predator is good old Horny Lorny Armstrong. From his lopsided face to his barn door tooth and his impeccable fashion sense, Lorne is an inspiration to us all. Inspiration to be better, I should say, and the bar is set extremely low. His unabashed grandeur of self, despite below-average physical appearance, singing ability, and penis size, are noteworthy. Most remarkable is how he can actually believe an appearance on TV for attempting to rape a child would net him endorsements from celebrities and a steady stream of women wanting to date him. The presumptive nominee for most catfish dickweed in history is, without a doubt, Lorne Armstrong. So Lorne, if you happen to hear this someday by some odd twist of fate, listen up. Fuck you with infinity baseball bats covered in ghost chili infused razor blades. You ignorant, racist, pedophile piece of shit. This is After Supper Biscuit, and I approve this message.
Hi, BakedSalmon. What an honor. This is YouTube ID Angeline B. You know, give me Jeff Sokol any day of the week, 24/7. Now, that man to me is a true enigma. I go through a roller coaster of emotions watching this man. Like, 1 minute I'm thinking, oh, hey guy, it's obvious you're just a desperate single guy who finally found a girl with a pulse online. Not just another false lead. She's 13? Well, I guess. I mean, come on. Jeff's chat log is respectable, no? There's no lewdness from what I recall. Then you hear the wedding contract details. He didn't just act on an impulse and bed this young lady. He painstakingly researched a way to make it long-term and perfectly legal. Now you're losing me, baby. Oh, Jeff. And then I guess I'm always gonna believe you were entrapped and sent to the bowels of Ruinationville by Hanson and his bloodthirsty drones. Who am I kidding? Hit me up, Jeff. I'm in your corner. And I'm in Connecticut as well. That's handy, right? Thank you, BakedSalmon. I love your stuff.
Hey everybody, this is Aussie Jules with my pick for my favourite predator, and I feel dirty saying my favourite predator, but the way that I look at it was this predator was the predator that made me change my opinion from this is just a bit of a laugh on a news program, and you know, none of these guys are really serious. It kind of all felt really jokey right up until Rutherford turned up. And the reason I say Rutherford is because he was a teacher. He had access to children. He would have had children that confided in him. He was around children all of the time, and you know, I'm sure he had ample opportunities to offend. I'm sure that he abused his trusted position, and I'm sure that he made a lot of children feel uneasy because of his mannerisms, and you know, if he was so quick to talk to a female decoy on the internet and drive such a long way to potentially sexually be with her, I'm sure he would have been just as quick with somebody that may have come into his office to ask him a question or whatever. But yeah, Rutherford is one that always, I mean, I like to laugh at Lorne, and I think Lorne is a joke, and there's quite a lot of other predators on there that I find more entertaining, and I find to be bigger losers and things like that. But in terms of if I had to pick a predator that made me appreciate what TCAP and what later on the TCAP community has done, if I had to pick a predator that represented someone that was incredibly dangerous and had the biggest risk of being able to offend. And if I had to pick a person that was certainly someone that you wouldn't have expected to be on that show, I'm going to pick Rutherford. Thank you.
Hey Baked Salmon, this is A. Lamel from the YouTube comment section. I think my favorite predator from To Catch a Predator is probably David Schumacher from Fort Myers, Florida. He is just, he is so arrogant, and it's just very satisfying seeing him get caught at something he's doing wrong, and his very feeble attempts at trying to get away with it. And also his arrogance coupled with his lack of self-awareness make him walk into every one of Chris Hansen's zingers. It's so satisfying. Like, are you law enforcement? I happen to know law enforcement. To which Chris responds, oh, so you're an expert in this area. And it's just so great. And he just has so many great lines like, 2 words, NBC, role-playing, chat room, dude, which is arguably up to 4 words, 5 if you include dude. But, and there's 14-year-old girls. Does it look like I need 14-year-old girls? I get all kinds of girls. As if a policeman's gonna hear that and say, oh, he gets all kinds of girls. Wow, I guess I should let him go. It's just so satisfying seeing somebody so arrogant get caught. And he's so full of himself. It's so satisfying. Anywho, that was my favorite predator, David Schumacher from Fort Myers, Florida. Thank you very much, Baked Salmon. Have a good one.
Hi Salmon, this is CJNDev. My favorite predator is Michael Lubrano because, you know, he's a fan of the show and he seemed to take his punishment in stride. You know, just seemed to take it standing up, and so I hate them the least. You know, seems like a cool guy overall. Anyway, Lubrano is my favorite predator. I'm looking forward to your next video. This is CJNDev signing off.
Greetings and salutations, Big Salmon. I'd like to offer you my choice for the predator that fascinates me the most. Interestingly enough, it's Travis Fowler, who used the name You Want Come and Get Me 2005. Now, most people compare him very quickly to Lurch and dismiss him, maybe making a few comments on the amount of pixelation that was needed to hide his junk in the photo that he sent the decoy, or how he immediately jumped up from the chairs and went after Casey. But I see a lot more in him if you actually really listen to both his interview with Hansen as well as the police investigation, or interrogation rather. First of all, during the interview with Hansen, he remains calm throughout the entire interaction. I mean, you can tell he's a little flustered, but he doesn't try to make excuses or convince Hansen that something else is happening. He accepts reality and his fate, and has a pretty authentic exchange with Chris. He admits, that he's here to see a younger girl. When Chris asks him about priors, he gives up that he has been arrested previously, but even that issue seems a little odd. He was 22, he met a girl he thought was 18. And there's a little bit of an age difference there, but not unheard of. But the girl happened to be 17. So, he could have been within literally months, of a normal relationship. And it sounds like she also got in trouble, and somehow he got to be almost collateral damage in whatever she was getting into. But the real reason why I'm fascinated by Travis is because he is a rock star. And there's a few details in his interrogation that convinced me of this. First of all, when Catherine asks him whether or not he'd like a drink, his answer is, I don't deserve anything right now. Travis knows he's been a bad boy. And then later, as Catherine's trying to find out more about him, she asks, whether or not he has any partners or whatever, and he admits to having a girlfriend who has a son. And so naturally, she wants to know, well, where do they think you're at this time of night? And I think Travis gives the best answer out of all of TCAP. His cover story for going to meet a minor to have sex with is that he's going to see a couple to have sex with. So he tells his girlfriend, as he's heading out the door, hey, so-and-so, I'll be back later. I'm going to see, Bob and Julie and go have, random person sex with them. And that was the normal story. That was the normal activity that would not raise any concern in his girlfriend's mind. Effing rockstar. He also talks about how he has a love swing, and he and his girlfriend get into lots of naughty trouble. They watch actually explicit videos together. She sometimes participates in the random person hookups that he goes on. I think it's a gold mine. Travis Fowler is an enigma. And I think too many people dismiss him right off because he doesn't communicate very effectively. But I think he is a mystery wrapped in an enigma slathered with secret sauce. So that is my candidate. I hope this message finds you well, and namaste.
Baked. This is M1A. Listen, I got a bunch of shit that I gotta get off my chest. First things first. This fucker, Vincent Nicotra, that pumpkin head motherfucker. This fucking dude got no balls. He turns around, he copy strikes everybody. The kid needs a slap in the fucking mouth. Alright? He gives Italian Americans such a bad fucking name. He's hiding behind his fat, barrel-ass sister, who happens to be probably a fucking shithouse fucking lawyer. The fucking pussy's going after fish. He's going after astronauts. He's going after everybody. I can't handle this motherfucker. Alright? This fucking dude needs a smack in the fucking mouth. Alright? No one fucks with the fish. Nobody. He's a friendly guy. You leave him alone. Alright? He tells the truth. Another thing. My absolute favorite TCAP predator is probably everyone's favorite. Fucking Lauren Armstrong. That fucking loser. This fucking dude is something else. I'm telling you. I'm surprised no one killed him. I'm surprised he made it 50 years without getting killed by somebody. The dude's a fucking mess. Okay? He's delusional, but I'm not telling you anything that you guys don't know already. But I'm going to tell you this. Everyone says, oh, thank God these catfish. Thank God these catfish turned around and they occupied his time. Right? So he couldn't go after any other women. Well, yeah, you're right. Thank God these catfish occupied him. Because if he was out with any other girl around where I live, the fucker would have a knife in his neck. Because the way he treated those catfish, he wouldn't last 2 fucking seconds about where I live. He's lucky he lives in an area where where there's like 5 broads to for every 10 guys. So, so with that being said, I think the catfish did a good job, but I think they saved his life. I don't think they saved any girls. Because, like I said, these fucking women nowadays, God bless them, they stabbed the motherfucker. And he deserved it. He fucking deserved it. But that's all I gotta say. I just want to say, big fan of your work. Like I said, Vincent, piece of shit.
Yo, BakedSalmon. Yo, I don't know how to just record audio, so I'm fucking sending you a video, man. My favorite guy that I vote for is Thomas Coffin, man. Sad ass looking Thomas Coffin. My boy looks like fucking like how Elvis. He looks like Elvis, like how Elvis would look if like he was just all hella poor. You know what I mean? Like if Elvis didn't have a bunch of money, like that's like what Elvis would probably think looks cool. You know what I mean? My boy Elvis. But anyway, yeah. He's just like a sad looking dude. Like I always have thought he just looked really sad in his eyes, you know, like there's something there. Like when he's talking to Chris, even he says like how he's got kids and he's not allowed to see him and he's divorced, and then like he gets popped on TCAP and has to go to prison, you know what I mean? And then he's in prison and he gets out and then he's a registered sex offender. So then like you get these pictures of him where he just like looks like he's just declining like worse and worse really fast. Like that's one of the jokes about old Thomas Coffin, is that he looks like really fucking old, because he's not that goddamn old. He's like what is, I don't even know how old he is, so I'm just gonna not guess. But yeah, that's my favorite dude, man. Like that's just what it is. Like Thomas Coffin, man. What do you know?
Hey everyone, it's me, head of BSN Security, as well as Ron Knight's #1 protege, TechRec71, here to answer the question, who is my favorite predator and why? Wait a minute. Joe Ron, is this you? Damn it. Fooled again. And by him, no less. Anyway, my favorite predator from the series would probably have to be the man, the myth, and the legend, the Rabbi K. I think the reason why is he goes through the many stages right before your eyes as the sting progresses. He comes in bouncing like a giddy schoolboy, goes into the oh fuck I just got caught, to negotiating in some ways of trying to tell Chris I don't intend to make you angrier, please tell me who you are, and all the way up to lunging at the man and probably, and this might clear up a little mystery, probably whacking Ron Knight right in the fucking balls. That one, it just fascinated me more than any other. And it keeps, I think the one thing that kept bringing me back, just to see if there would be anyone else other than him and maybe Dark Hero that would lose their shit like that. Not that I ever want to see anything befall Chris Hansen in a violent manner, but goddamn, it's compelling TV. Anyway, this has been TechRec71, going back to my security post. You all have a good day.
Patrick TCAP Ireland here to tell you about my two favourite predators. Now, of course, Lauren is my favourite, but let's just share the love around. Bear and Wolfsfur, aka William Rao, and Hold You Closer 2003, aka James Clyde. First of all, Rao, although not having a memorable interview segment on the show, apart from the whole "you didn't have to get and take a shower" line, his phone with call with a decoy, made famous by Candid Fellow, is where he really shines. First of all, Raoul starts off the call with his potential underage lover by telling her all he does is chat on the computer and watch wrestling. If that didn't get her going, he follows up with a barrage of movies from his extensive collection, including blockbusters like the movie adaptation of Doom, Angelina Jolie classic Life or Something Like It, and cinematic masterpiece Saw 2. Yes, Saw 2. The call takes a serious turn when Raoul explains to a T the sting that he was about to stumble into. He mentions the way perverted justice carry out their operations, and how the law enforcement officers would emerge from the woodworks to arrest him after his date with Chris. Now, James Clyde, much like Raoul, is a household name in TCAP for the community because of Candid Fellow's pranks. Although his call is the highlight of his TCAP career, his interview with Chris is often overlooked. He walks up to the house with a lovely shirt tucked into his pants kind of look and strolls into Natasha's lair. Unfortunately for poor Jimmy, he's greeted not by a teenager, but by a tall, handsome gentleman who grills him on his reason for being there. Now Jimbo gives Chris nothing, apart from a, "I don't know what you're talking about," and sassily gets out of the chair and dips out of there. But his call, as we know, is the true goldmine. It's been memed to death, it just sounds like a prank at this point now, even though it's a real call, but it just sounds like a prank. His appreciation for Chinese cuisine and his casual relationship with the restaurant owners, "I don't know, just make me something," and his worries about going to jail and being a registered sex offender for the rest of his life. "I'm gonna go to jail and be a registered sex offender for the rest of my life." I was lying in bed and I was thinking, oh man, I get in a lot of trouble. His explanation of the sting, much like Raoul, and his overall cheerfulness make his call one of the best. "Hey, how you doing? Is that alright?"